So hello, namaskar, and a very warm welcome to everybody present here to the Coastwise Marine Festival 2021 closing ceremony. I'm Caroline Pace, and it gives me great pleasure to be your host for the day. So before we begin, a few online meeting etiquettes we all need to keep in mind. I request everybody to please keep themselves on mute throughout the duration of this event. You can keep your cameras on or off, but please be on mute at all times. In case you would like to share something, if you have a query or if you just want to give us a thumbs up, you can do so in the chat box. So today we begin, or today we actually bring to close our annual festival of appreciating our wonderful coastlines through the Coastwise Festival. For those who are new to the festival, as well as our regulars who have joined us year after year, I would like to share a small brief about the festival, its humble beginnings, and its steady growth to becoming a recognized and much awaited national level event. So Coastwise came into existence primarily to make the invisible spaces on our shores visible, that is the intertidal zone. In the year 2018-19, three organizations, the government-led Mangrove Foundation, the Citizens Collective Marine Life of Mumbai, and the charitable conservation outfit WWF India, joined together to highlight the marine treasures found in the intertidal zone and create a movement where the general public can appreciate and eventually come together to protect it. And so, Coastwise, the marine festival celebrating our coasts was born. In that, its first year, we had shore walks and fish catch walks in Mumbai, art and photography workshops, and the all-important Coastwise photography competition, which invites photographers of varying calibers to showcase the coast through their camera lens. We also had the extremely popular Flight of the Flamingos event, where participants appreciate the essential mangrove habitat and the migratory marine birds that flock to our regions year on year. The next year, that is 2020, last year, we expanded to two more states, which were Goa and Tamil Nadu, with many more citizens being informed and inspired about our diverse coastlines. But this year, despite its many challenges, has been our best year yet. In 2021, Coastwise became a pan-India movement with online activities extending across the country and on-ground activities being conducted in 5 states, including Maharashtra, Goa, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. Let us take a brief look at the activities conducted under Coastwise 2021. We launched Coastwise 2021 on Saturday, the 13th of February, with the Flight of the Flamingos event, a weekend of fun, art, and learning at the Coastal Biodiversity Center at Airoli. The event also offered a chance to participants to get in touch with their creative sides with an art workshop led by ecologist and artist Ujjali Shirodkar. The weekend also saw simultaneous walks in Maharashtra, Goa, West Bengal, and Andhra Pradesh, where nature enthusiasts joined us to learn about the amazing marine biodiversity found in these locations, from seashells and crabs to animals important to the fishing industry, as well as a host of migratory seabirds. We also had fish catch walks, where the general public were introduced to the means and methods of procuring seafood that reaches their plates, with a note on how we can be more sustainable in our food choices. This year, we also had online activities to further spread the reach of the festival. The talented Ashwini Menon led the online marine art workshop, where participants from across the country joined in digitally to learn the intricacies of sketching an underwater scene. A super exciting quiz saw people from diverse ages and backgrounds showcase their knowledge of the marine realm. And when I say diverse, I mean diverse. Of the top 10 winners, we had a mixed bag of retired as well as working professionals, college and school students. In fact, the winner was a 12-year-old boy genius, Ipshito Ghosh from West Bengal. In addition to these activities, we also had a few scheduled events that had to be unfortunately called off in light of government restrictions due to COVID. These included multiple shore walks across Mumbai and the two-day photography workshop. While we regret cancelling the events, the safety and health of our participants and supporters comes first. And now, the much-awaited event. The announcement of winners for Coastwise Photography Competition 2021. This year, we have cash prizes for all our winners, rupees 2,000 and 5,000 for our runner-ups and category winners respectively, and a whopping 25K for our overall winner. So this year, we received many entries across India as well as a few entries from outside India as well. And we had a tough time shortlisting the best of the best, and our esteemed panel of judges have finally shortlisted the winners for today. And without much further ado, we would like to present the winners for the Coastwise Photography Competition 2021. So let's look at the entries that were selected by our honorable judges as the top of the lot. Beginning with our first category, portraits. A photograph showcasing a particular animal, plant, or other marine species from the intertidal region. So the runner-up for this category is Adit Swaminathan, and here is his beautiful photograph. So congratulations to Adit. This, of course, has been clicked in Odisha and is a photograph of the smallest of the sea turtles, which is the olive ridley. And here you can see it is a female returning to the sea after nesting in the early hours of the morning. I will give you a few moments to look at and appreciate the photograph. And the winner in the portraits category, I would like to announce, is Banu Kiran Bota for this amazing capture of the mud skipper, a fish that has mastered life on land. Here we see it's the display, the amazing display of its fins and the many colors that it showcases. Our next, so I'm keeping it on your screen for you to appreciate. Congratulations to Banu Kiran. Our next category is behavior that showcases a marine animal engaged in an interesting behavior or interaction in the intertidal sphere. And the runner-up in the behavior category, I'm happy to announce, is Arjun Kamdar for this beautiful capture of a crab in the intertidal sphere preying upon a juvenile yellow-lipped sea crate. He has termed this as a challenge of the conventional food chains, where crabs also feed on snakes. A truly amazing capture. And the winner in the behavior category is Rakesh Jadhav. He has captioned his photo as the homemaker. He found this crab burrowing in the sand and he watched for quite some time as the crab made multiple attempts in creating its burrow against the ebb and flow of the rising and receding tide. Moving on to the next category, habitat. A photograph that depicts the natural habitat or environment found in the intertidal sphere. And the runner-up in this category is once again Rakesh Jadhav. And this is his beautiful photo showcasing a tiny crab against its sandy habitat. And the winner in the habitat category is Kaustubh Kadam for this beautiful capture of habitat in the intertidal sphere. So this is a rocky habitat, as you can see, and shows a small but extremely diverse region of the intertidal sphere. Our next habitat is creative and fine art, which allows photographers to put their own creative spin on a photograph, giving it a new show or a new perception. And the runner-up in this category is Nikhil Thomas for his photograph So a beautiful play on light and shadow. And the winner in this category is Bhamini Pandey for this beautiful picture. So this shows uh, multiple stratas of the intertidal region with a beautiful crab as the subject. It's a play on the colors that you find in this region. So congratulations to all the winners up till now. We move on to our next category, which is the underwater. The underwater category actually gives us quite a challenge in choosing photographs as winners because it's such a beautiful category and so many of the photographs taken here turn out to be so beautiful. However, our judges managed to select two of the best, and these are the photographs that won. So the runner-up in the underwater category is Alfredo Milazzo. Sorry, I'm sorry, this is actually the Anthropocene category. So Anthropocene is basically that category where the human footprint showcases on natural habitats, showcasing the disadvantage or the bad effects that human beings have on natural habitat. And the runner-up in this category is Alfredo Milazzo with this photograph. So here we have a sunken ship or a ship that has been uh, abandoned, and you can also see the oil spills. So what effect is this ship going to have on the natural habitat in this region? And the winner in this category is Mandar Gumare for this unfortunate but thought-provoking capture of a sea snake amongst the garbage littered by human beings on the beach. So it's a sad photo to look at, but an important photo to look at in terms of how we are affecting this beautiful and diverse realm. And then we move on to the underwater category. And the runner-up in this category is Rajiv Kotak with this beautiful capture of the clownfish in its sea anemone shelter. And the winner in the underwater category is Tanvi Gautam with this beautiful capture of a sea turtle in its underwater habitat. So these were all the categories for the photography competition. In addition to the winners and the runner-ups, we have one photograph that is selected above and beyond all to be the overall winner of the entire competition. And it gives me great pleasure to announce the overall winner as, once again, Tanvi Gautam for her capture of the sea turtle. So many congratulations to all of the winners of the photography competition. We received hundreds of entries for this particular competition, and every year we are very excited to look at the different aspects of the shoreline captured through your lens. I hope that this encourages photographers present here today to give us more photographs next year as well, continue exploring the intertidal as well as the marine realm and capturing it in this unique and beautiful way that you do. Now, next up is a few words spoken by our organizers. So I would like to call upon some of the stalwarts in the many organizations that are part of this program. And from the Mangrove Foundation, I would first like to call upon Ms. Neenu Somraj, Joint Director, Mangrove Foundation, and Deputy Conservator of Forests, Mangrove Cell, to share a few words about marine life and coastwise. Ma'am, can we have you on screen?
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Karan. Yes. Am I not visible?
Ma'am, we can hear you and see you.
Okay. Thank you. So, first of all, I congratulate the members of the Mangrove Foundation and Coastal Conservation Foundation Mumbai and also WWF India for organizing a Pan-India Coastwise program in this year amidst all pandemic-imposed challenges. I also utilize this opportunity to congratulate all the winners of photographic competitions and different categories. I must tell you that all of those photos were amazing and fantastic in qualities and in details. I was really amazed to see the marine biodiversity richness of mainly from Maharashtra coast. Here, so the main objective or main purpose of organizing a program like a Coastwise is to disseminate the information or the knowledge of on lesser marine species to common man. And to a certain extent, I'm sure that this Coastwise program has been successful in that purpose, in serving that purpose. And Mangrove Foundation has, I'm really feel honored that the Mangrove Foundation has supported it financially to run this program successfully. And however, what I feel that this is really giving a great opportunity to common man and school children and college students to understand the richness of our marine life along Maharashtra coast and particularly in Mumbai. So even it is really hard to believe sometimes that Mumbai Sea also is home to this kind of rich marine biodiversity. But unfortunately, this time due to this COVID pandemic and its issues because of so many restrictions, we could not organize offline programs in many places. However, we could do that in Airoli campus in some part of Mumbai, and so I'm happy to know about that. And so I really hope that by next year we all will be vaccinated and the issues of the COVID will be settled down so we could organize this program in a much elaborative manner, not only in Mumbai, in other districts also, and we can replicate these programs in the other districts and make it more popular. And this year, exactly the 2021 is really, gives lots of good news about the marine biodiversity in Maharashtra. For example, we all know that because of the effort of Mangrove Foundation, we could, I mean, we are planning to redraw the boundary of marine sanctuary, Malvan Marine Sanctuary, and by it really help us to incorporate more coastal rich areas in the sanctuary and give more legal protection to the coral life and other marine life. And similarly, the state government has also decided or gave a positive note to declare Angria Bank, it is another coral rich area, as a designated protected area. And if it happens, this is going to be the first designated protected area in in India itself. So, however, I must emphasize on the fact that whenever we talk about the conservation, it is not mere the job of the government or government agencies. All our conservation efforts will be successful only if the citizens are actively participating in it. But thankfully, because of organizers or the team members of organizations like the Coastal Conservation Foundation and voluntary groups like Marine Respondents, somehow it really helped in Mumbai in having a good collaboration with these organizations and the common man also, and helping us in successfully running all these conservation activities in Maharashtra. And I'm sure that this is going to be a model program and this will be accepted in other part of India also, and it will be growing up year by year and it will become more acceptable to all of you, I mean all of us. And so here once again I congratulate all of you, and I'm very much thankful to you, all of you, for organizing such a nice programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Neenu ma'am.
Thank you.
So next, I would like to call upon Shri Virendra Tiwari sir, Executive Director of Mangrove Foundation and Additional Principal Chief Conservator of Forest and Mangrove. Sir, over to you.
Good morning. Congratulate all the participants and all the winners of the photography competition. I also congratulate my foundation staff as well as WWF India and the Coastal Conservation Foundation for organizing such an event. And this is the third year we have organized this Coastwise Festival. We, despite the pandemic situation, we managed to conduct most of the workshops and most of the activities. However, some of the activities could not happen due to pandemic situation. Mangrove Foundation, which is established in 2015, is carrying out many activities for protection of mangroves as well as the coastal biodiversity. This festival is one such activity for creating awareness among people, and I'm very happy to learn that this year the coastwise festival could reach 5 states, and we are happy to see that even participation from other countries in the photography contest. I also like to state that the photograph of the overall winner will be published on the front page of our Sonerasia newsletter, which we have recently started in January. So it's a quarterly newsletter, and we would be very happy to carry that winner photograph on the cover page. The Mangrove Foundation is also doing a lot of work in conservation of turtles. We are financially supporting the beach managers who are involved in the nesting and releasing of the turtles. We are also supporting the transit and treatment center at Dahanu, where the stranded last year we started a new center at Airoli. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Last year we started a transit and treatment center at Airoli, and this year we also plan to establish the same in Sindhudurg district at Tondavli and in Alibag. We are also working for establishing the one in Dapoli in Ratnagiri also. We are trying our best to start these centers before the monsoon. The Mangrove Foundation also gives compensation for releasing of the stranded marine animal in the nets of the fishermen. So far, more than 150 animals have been released back in the sea, and a compensation of around 30 lakhs have been given to the fishermen. Very recently, MOEF has also come out with a policy or guideline for turtle conservation, as well as the rescue and SOP for the megafauna. The Mangrove Foundation also supports many research activities for in the area of marine biodiversity and mangrove conservation. We are also collaborating with the NGOs for cleaning of mangroves, particularly in Mumbai and Navi Mumbai area. For last 5 years, I think we have come out a long way, and Mangrove Foundation's work has been recognized at many forums. We also got the NatWest Earth Heroes Award also last year, which was earlier known as the RBS Earth Award. I hope that we will continue in a bigger way for conservation of mangroves and marine biodiversity in future, and also take this coastwise this marine festival to all the remaining states which have not so far connected with us, and also look forward to take it outside the country also. I am very happy that in today's this closing ceremony, our PCC of Wildlife has joined this meeting. Last meeting also he was to come, but because of some other important event, he could not attend this function here in Mumbai. I look forward to cooperation from everyone, including WWF India and Coastwise Conservation, so that we take this event to more and more people and create more awareness about the marine biodiversity in our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Virendra sir. We also hope the same, that Coastwise continues to grow and flourish. Next, I would like to call our chief guest for today, Shri Nitin Kakodkar sir, Principal Chief Conservator of Forests, Wildlife, Maharashtra State. Sir, if you would please share some words.
Thank you, Caroline, and good morning to everyone. It's a great pleasure to be amongst all of you. And since Caroline, you are from the WWF, just to tell you that I began my stint in the WWF, what was it, way back in 86, 85 rather. I was the Mumbai branch organizer, or at that point of time it was called Bombay branch organizer. So, of course, I was not there for a very long time, but I spent about 3.5 months with the WWF. So it is great to know that the Mangrove Foundation, Government of Maharashtra, and the Mangrove Cell, as well as the Mangrove Foundation, Coastal Conservation Foundation, and WWF have joined hands to get together this Coastwise festival, which is now in its 3rd year. And it really gives a great pleasure to know that the number of participants are increasing by the year, and you already have about 5 states which has participated in this festival. And as Mr. Tiwari has said, that this is certainly going to grow in the years to come, and I'm sure that that will happen as we go along. First of all, let me congratulate all the winners of the Coastwise photography competition. We all know that how important is the coast, and basically the intertidal zone, which harbors such a diverse biodiversity, and at the same time does face a lot of threats, which have come out in one of your categories, which is the category. And I really loved almost all the pictures, apart from has been awarded in the overall category. My personal choice, if you go by my personal choice, is the picture of the mud skipper. So yes, that's something which is quite rare, to see a mud skipper like that, and it's really come out very well. All the pictures, in fact, are extremely good, and I must congratulate the judges for the choice that they had to make. I'm sure that they must have had a very tough time in deciding who exactly should be the runner-up, or who should be the winner, or even amongst the other entries which we have not been able to see. They must have really had a very tough time in finding out who the winners or the runners-up should be. I should also congratulate the organizers for the various categories that you have selected. The portraits, the behavior, the habitat, the creative and fine arts, which is again something which is very nice and something which is different, that you normally don't get to see in photography competitions. as well as the, as I mentioned earlier, the Anthropocene category and the underwater category. So the categories are diverse, and they really, in essence, bring out the diversity and the threats which this biodiversity of the intertidal zone faces. Now, I would also like to mention the other activities that you've been able to do during this festival. In spite of the pandemic situation, all the activities that you've done the flight of the flamingos, which of course is something which is the most visited of the activities, I'm sure. Apart from the shore walks, the art workshops, the seashells, and when you see the seashells and crabs, this is something amazing. I mean, the Mangrove Conservation Foundation has brought out a book, and it's a small story book, but if you can see this is called the Ishan's Treasure. It's already there on their website in the PDF format, and this is something that all the participants in the festival, whether the photography competition or the other activities, one should go through this book, because this, in a very lucid and simple manner, this explains the diversity that is found in these areas. Another interesting activity that I also liked was the fish catch walks. We many times I have visited fish bazaars right from the Sassoon dock to maybe Warsaw or other places also. But to tell or to make people aware as to how simple dietary changes, or what to eat, when to promote a certain catch, that I suppose is very important, and that's a very interesting activity, and you should certainly have more such fish catch walks organized, so that more and more people learn about it. The other marine art workshop, which was online activity that you held, along with the online marine quiz. And it's really good to know that a 12-year boy from West Bengal is the winner of the marine quiz. So he justifies his presence in West Bengal by becoming a winner of the marine quiz. Although I think they rely more on sweetwater fish, but they do have a lot of coastal areas also there. And it's really a slight setback because of certain activities you not being able to take them up, in spite of having planned them because of the COVID situation. But whatever has been done in these last few months under this coastwise festival is really excellent and really creditworthy. I spoke to Mr. Vasudevan yesterday, who had probably coined this word coastwise, and it's really a excellent nomenclature that you have for this festival. I wish this festival the very best in the coming years, and I'm sure that more and more people are going to participate in this festival, as well as the activities. And I would also like to congratulate the Mangrove Conservation Foundation and the Mangrove Cell for all the activities that Mr. Tiwari just listed out, and Neenu Somraj also listed out as to what exactly are the activities that they are doing under the foundation as well as under the Mangrove Cell. And the diversity there also is increasing every year. And apart from the fish, we are also now looking at other denizens of the coastal or the intertidal areas. And we are also looking at the livelihood aspects, because that is one of the most important things. When we talk about conservation, we have to think of alternatives that have to be provided to the people, without which no conservation is possible. So in a big way, the foundation and the Mangrove Cell is helping in creating or generating livelihood opportunities for the people, may be it as tourist guides, be it as crab culture or oyster culture, and then even ornamental fish, which is being promoted in a big way. And that has really attracted a lot of people. And initially there was a lot of antagonism for the, when government takes up certain activities. But in association with the other marine institutes, which are there like SIPA or CMFRI, the Mangrove Foundation is really doing a great job, and I congratulate them. And I really thank the other organizers of this Coastwise Festival, the WWF, for having supported this, and the Coastal Foundation, which has also supported this. The Forest Department of Maharashtra will always look forward to this festival to grow in a much bigger manner, and let us hope that we achieve our objectives of generating awareness amongst the people as to why, apart from eating fish, how important it is to conserve the coastal biodiversity that we have. How productive is the coastal area, or the intertidal zone is, I suppose, one of the most productive areas. So how it needs to be protected, how do we prevent things like oil spills from happening. The other important activity that Mr. Tiwari also mentioned was to compensate the fishermen for for the damage to the nets that happens, so that the fishermen don't kill and in fact use this particular activity to promote or to release back into the sea the stranded turtles or other creatures. So thank you very much for having me on this as the chief guest for this function. And I again congratulate all the winners. Although I may have mentioned one or two pictures, I have really loved seeing all the pictures. And I'm sure that if they don't have copyright objections, they could pass on the pictures to the Mangrove Foundation, and maybe we could share them on our website. Thank you very much. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Mr. Tiwari. Thank you, Ninu, and all the other organizers. And again, congratulate all the winners. Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you, Kakotkar sir. Those were very encouraging words. And thank you to all of our venerable speakers. You have shared a lot of food for thought. So with that, we mark the close of Coastwise, third edition of Coastwise, the Marine Festival. So as many of our speakers actually highlighted, the history of Coastwise began with just a handful of people participating in a handful of activities that started in Mumbai. And through the years, these 3 years, we have grown exponentially to include more locations and include hundreds of more people in this marine festival. And just as right at the beginning, when we would take people on the coast and we had their reactions of fascination and surprise at the amazing biodiversity that our coasts hold, we see that it keeps growing as we progress, and we hope that it continues, and we continue to have your support for this marine festival. So while the pandemic, of course, made things challenging and difficult for us this year, it also opened new avenues. It added a new dimension of online meetings. We had an online art workshop and an online quiz. While it did lack the face-to-face engagement that our on-ground activities have, it still opened the platform to include many more people that would have been otherwise not possible on an on-ground event. And another thing that this pandemic should highlight to each and every one of us is how fragile our relationship with nature happens to be. whether and how over exploitation of nature or not recognizing how important its conservation and protection is can lead to very disastrous effects, whether it is a zoonotic disease like the coronavirus, or other events like the depletion of fish stocks or the bleaching of corals. So it is very important that we allow this pandemic to remind us of maintaining the balance between man and nature and conserving natural habitats, including, of course, our diverse coasts. And as our speakers highlighted, Coastwise is not only about appreciating our coasts, but it takes new forms in order to also, conserve these habitats, these essential habitats. And all of our speakers highlighted the many milestones that have been achieved this year in conservation of marine habitats, whether it is the inclusion of larger protected areas or increase of research. In fact, the Marine Life of Mumbai, which was one of the organizers back in 2018-19, was spread its reach and became a research organization called the Coastal Conservation Foundation, which is now one of the organizers of Coastwise, which we were very happy to announce last year. So I would like to thank all of our participants, congratulate all of the photographers that won today, and I also would like to thank all of the organizers, the Mangrove Cell, the Mangrove Foundation, the Coastal Conservation Foundation, and WWF India. Everybody's support is extremely instrumental in making this festival a success. And while we are closing this year's Coastwise 2021, it is not goodbye, but it is an invitation for you to join us once again next year and tell your friends and increase the number of people who are not only aware of the coast but come to appreciate it and protect it. Now, y'all can follow each of these organizations as well as the Coastwise Festival on the various social media platforms of Facebook and Instagram. You just have to search for the various organizations by their names, and our Facebook and Instagram page for the Coastwise Festival is called just that, Coastwise Festival. So you can keep up to date with our various activities. As Tiwari sir mentioned, the photographs that were the winners will be published in the tri-monthly newsletter of the Mangrove Foundation, which is called Sonar Asia. And it will be published on the 1st of April, and it will be available on the Mangrove Foundation website. Rishi, if you could just share the website link on the chat box so people can access
Yes, I've
it.
already mentioned it in the chat box.
Okay. So thank you everybody for joining in today and for being a part of Coastwise. Here I will close the festival. Congratulations once again, and please take care, be safe.